thought Friday's price action was bad. It only got worse yesterday. It started in currencies with the sell-off there, being the market that opens first, but we'll try and get through it all. Pound pairs looked absolutely foul. Haven't seen charts like that for a long time. We got the pound, kind of did okay against the Kiwi, and I'll explain what happened in New Zealand in a second, but certainly the pound against the US, lowest ever, well, since the 60s at least. 103 handle, went through that 106 low of 1985 quite easily, tried to rally, but then the Bank of England came out and said they're not intervening between meetings, and so the sell-off started again and weakened. Going back to the majors here, Euro, after the Italian elections on the weekend, Euro's weaker as there's the risk of interest rates skyrocketing in Italy and contagion happening there. Then commodities markets all got spanked as the commodity sell-off increased with the US dollar strengthening, pushing commodity markets lower. The commodity currencies ended the day weaker. Over in New Zealand, which is considered the commodity currency, the leader of the RBNZ, Mr. Orr, came out and said they're nearing the end of the rate cycle, and he expects when that happens that they'll be in a recession. So the market didn't like that, and the Kiwi sold off, ending the day one of the weakest, even weaker than the pound. Pretty much, I'll just double check that. Yeah, Kiwi, well, it closed on the low, right? Whilst the pound didn't. The pound closed a bit higher. You thought Friday was big in the largest move ever by 10-year gilts in the UK, outdone by the move it did overnight in the UK, and certainly that's the largest move ever. And there was panic in the bond markets and the currency markets. But stocks wasn't so bad. It did get sold off, but not so bad. US bond markets went with it. As we can see here, 10-year bonds carrying on as well. So whilst we're here in TradeView, we'll step into commodities, and we can see that commodity markets back down to the lows of, I guess that was Putin's move, and we can see oil, gold, core, wheat and copper all contributing to that weakness, and I don't see that stopping. I think we're going to be continuing that as global recessionary factors kick in and demand weakens. You're going to see commodity prices continue to weaken as well. And you look at the Bloomberg index, commodity index. You know, there's a long way to go during COVID. Lack of demand times. You know, there's certainly plenty of downside available for this move, and therefore commodity currencies should follow suit. You know, talking of the Aussie, certainly the Aussie could be well into the 50s, 55, 56 sort of handle. You know, same with the Kiwi, could be in the lower 50s, and you know, that could be dollar CAD could well be over 1.4 handle. Coming into stocks, as I said, the FTSE did okay comparatively, whereas the US stocks market closed on its lows, and that's S&P's lowest closing price since back here in the end of December, or the end of 2020. And whilst we are on a support level and we are overdone, good luck trying to buy it. I think we've got a lot more downside to come in the stocks, and I'll be looking to fade any kind of rally. VIX here is starting to climb as the fear factor starts to kick in and people start buying protection, and I would expect that to sort of continue well into the 30s as the market makes new lows. So continue to fade stocks on any rallies. Majors, as I said yesterday on the weekend and in the report, it's hard to trade out here because it's so overextended. With something like the pound, it's just a matter of pulling the trigger. It's always going to continue weaker. Euro should continue weaker, but it's not going to be one-way street. Okay, I prefer to be trading from a position of strength, which is back at the moving average, rather than trading out here. But we need that retracement, and you need to be patient and wait for it to come. Best of luck this week ahead. As I don't think there was much in the calendar for this week. The Powell speaking, Lagarde speaking. Well, she's already spoken. Sorry, Powell coming up tonight, and not much in terms of major headlines. So it'll be just commentary from talking heads and central bankers. And that's about it. I'll see you tomorrow.